Oh, hello, friends. Today's session will be a little different. The heroes of Highgale, I think, have earned a short rest. So, we've got some questions for the players, and we're just gonna chat a little bit about the story so far now that the first Lord of Sin has been defeated. So, let's go around and say hello to everyone again. Let's start with Mallow.
Hey everyone, I'm Mallow. I'm playing Lorwryn. Well, I was gonna go into a long rant kind of thing for it, but then I was just like, you know what? Thanks for coming. But if you want to find out more about me and stuff like that and all my escapades, check me out on at TheMalloMan everywhere.
And Math.
Hey everyone, it's Fair Black Guy here on the internet. You can find me everywhere on Digital Clubhouse TV, mostly Twitch. Playing video games. Also, hanging out with Mallow on Sundays a lot for Sunday service and the West Coast Wake and Bake. We play a lot of cool games together, and I'm here a lot of times too on Thousand Fates TTRPG. You should know my voice by now.
The one player in all three of
Hi.
our active campaigns. Not even my wife is in all three. Cory.
Hi, I'm Cory J. Phillips, professional actor and voice actor. You can find me at Cory J. Phillips on all social media. Also, you should check me out in Fire Force as Yona, the face-changing villain. And I had a movie just drop at Jurassic Games Extinction, which is the second Jurassic Games. But you don't need to watch the first one. You can just watch mine.
You don't. Danny.
Yo, it's me, Danny. I play Val in this. I like to read books. I'm a professional actor. I make money doing
She's also a
that.
voice actor in anime too, so if you like
The
anime.
order of events there was fantastic. In order of importance, I play Val. I read books. I'm a professional actor. And you know what? I fucking appreciate that is the order. That's
And
a
I make
good,
money.
That is a
I'm not
healthy
defined
order.
by my job. I'm
Right.
not defined
That's
by my
genuinely
job.
healthy. I'm not even being snarky.
We gotta get Val. We gotta get her one of my read a book. Reading is fundamental. Shirts.
Yes. Fight fascists, read books.
Damn right.
Aaron.
What's up? I'm Aaron. Aaron. I play a dude. Sometimes there's another dude. And he's a big metal dude.
There's another dude.
And Matty.
Hi, I play Kalista, and you can find me on Instagram under Mythical Cosplays. Yeah, that's where I am. Oh, I'm Matty.
So I have gathered some questions from listeners, friends, and some of my own. I have a couple specific questions for each of you individually, but most of them are just general questions. Feel free to chime in. I want to start, though, with the most recent series of events, and that is the actual confrontation with Zariel, since that's freshest in our mind. That was obviously a very tough battle. I mean, Archdevil, whew, let alone her. What moment do you think in that fight when you think back on a fight, what moment comes to mind as an image or a scene? What moment was the most cinematic, do you think, from that fight?
Oh, hands down. That's such a softball question. That's so easy.
Yeah, that's how we start.
It's Jaeger.
This isn't it like 60 Minutes interview.
No, like there's only one moment that literally made my butthole explode, which is Jaeger jumping down from the bell tower, landing like Iron Man. Like I saw it was such a cinematic and well painted moment that I heard the ding, and then the bell tower boom.
That was an incredible moment, but that wasn't in the Zariel.
That wasn't in the
That was
Zariel
the bell
fight.
tower
No, that was the start of the whole thing. Was the Zariel fight to
the
me.
actual encounter with Zariel herself.
It's all Jaeger.
It's the building. It's the building. It's when Mav's character throws the building at her.
That
right?
was in the previous fight, right?
No,
I
that
thought-
was Zariel.
Oh,
No,
then
was
yes,
Zariel.
that one.
I mean, to be fair, Korrin has destroyed numerous buildings already.
But
on
Korrin
her own
throwing a building
She got
is
big
different.
That
and
was
then
so
threw the
cool.
building. Godzilla style.
Yes.
Did you
Yeah.
say Godzilla?
Gojira.
Gojira.
Yeah, that was when you were like dealing with the runes around the portal, which I totally consider the same fight. I was just editing that sequence where Mav asked, "What are the rules on throwing a building?" Pause, please.
I did like that. That's not my favorite part, but that is like just the. I'm like I'm good at hitting things. You got so many damn spell slingers and all these other cool magic users. Like I'm a big dragon lady and I swung my axe. So fuck you. Take this fucking building. Lower the housing market prices in this area. It's great.
I love the idea.
Housing
Like,
market
I may not have-
sucks in Highgale, right? I mean, it's actually probably great considering what percentage of the population currently is
Good time to buy.
dead.
Yeah,
Yep.
great.
It's a
time.
buyer's market for sure.
Fire off a couple of magic missiles out in the air, lower the property value. It's great.
Really testing that broken windows theory.
Hi. Oh, by the way, hi everyone. If you don't know, again, I'm a black man. So just, it's okay. It's okay. You can laugh.
I love the idea of like, I may not have gravity magic like some bitch, but I'll chuck a building out.
Oh yeah.
I
Matty's
cast
gravity.
building. Prepare to meet God.
Well, and to your credit with that scene, that moment, Mav, like I think one of the difficulties of high-level D&D is the not even just the power disparity between spell slingers, as you called them, and non, but the conceptual gap of, like spellcasters at 16th and 17th level can change reality, rewrite the rules of the universe temporarily. And so
And just rewrite your hit points.
But you thought of a way to do it and still be incredibly epic without the spells at your disposal.
But I will say my favorite part of the Zariel fight, the actual Zariel fight, not gonna lie, it was honestly just collectively us just jumping her. And there was a couple of points where we just jumped her and laid so much damage into her at one point to where she's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm flying in the air. Get down here, you evil bitch. Come down here and fight. She did murder two of us. But it was like, go to hell. So literally.
I did like that most of that fight was just Danny saying nope to things Zariel wanted to do. Like, there's something so insane about, like, a singular player being like, how about no? Repeatedly to basically a god. Like, how about no?
Much.
How about no? How about no? Like, there were so many moments of like watching Ethan deal with no you from pretty much everyone. Like, there's something wonderful about like you do so much to try to like yes and all of us, and like I want to throw a building, I'm turning into a spider person, a giant spider god person. Also, I am basically a Hulk buster. I'm gonna go through this wall. Like, you're yes-anding the crap out of us. And our entire strategy to the Zariel fight was, how about we just negate Ethan a bunch of times?
And that was the correct strategy.
Like, so many counter spells. Like, just
hey, that's
counter
what the
spells,
wizards
counter
are
spells,
here
counter
for. and
Oh,
they
you're
were
gonna
saving
leave?
their slots?
What, your legendary action is teleporting? Wouldn't it be a real shame if you couldn't do it?
It'd suck if you couldn't.
I think nearing the end, when Zariel is holding Kalista's body and just about to turn around to go do unspeakable things to Kalista's sister and just absolutely destroy Kalista's soul, that use of Sentinel was so beautiful. As somebody who, as a DM, Sentinel is one of those abilities that
Yep.
fucks you over without even noticing. And the fact
Sentinel
that
is the
did
martial
not-
character Silvery Barbs. I swear to God.
It is, and it, done in a moment like that is so impeccably beautiful. And like just the fact that it was Jaeger that did the Sentinel, and it was Jaeger that saved Kalista's sister in the end was poetic, but also incredibly cinematic.
Yeah, and legitimately probably is the reason that Saren survived that episode. Because even if Zariel had been able to try to do something after the Sentinel, once Kalista was down and dead, like, you can't kill a character's sister when they can't see it.
Also, it completely took away from the fact that she was doing that to spite Kalista.
Mm-hmm. That was the whole thing.
She had
And can I
no
just say
motivation. Yeah.
that I love that the two people who died fighting Zariel are the two people who attacked the priest that Zariel was inhabiting.
See, that's fucking poetic in such a good way. Because
And I didn't plan that. Except for you.
No.
Like, once you got in her
You were
face,
targeted-
she recognized you.
Okay,
She was like, okay, you're dying.
I asked for it because the worst thing in Kalista's mind would be to watch Saren die. And if that meant she had to put herself in front of the blade, she was going to do that. She was not going to sit back and watch as Zariel took the only part of her life away from her. And yeah, that's why I did that. Was it foolish? Oh god, yeah, but she had her priorities.
Love that. Mallow, what about you? What's the cinematic moment from the Zariel fight that sticks out to you?
Well, it's less about the. Well, if you've watched the VOD for it, I guess for the people who are on the podcast listening to this, Cory's a very animated person in his little booth. He gets to jump around like a kid in a like one of those jumping castles and stuff like that. Like, so to see his face because Ethan and I have been building up this reveal of Lorwryn's sort of ultimate form, and then to like see people react to it and things like that in real time while we were doing it was a ton of fun to me.
Mm-hmm.
And a really fun way to kind of bring it in, with everything else that was going on. So it was sort of like a culmination of a lot of like crazy moments in that fight. To just be like, no, I just counterspelled the shit out of everything you just did. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that going.
Yep.
It was,
so cool.
I will say, okay, so for those of you that don't know, this is a fact that we obviously haven't talked about because we've been playing a game. I'm a huge Drizzt Do'Urden fan. Like, I've read a lot of the Drizzt Do'Urden series, a lot of like what I know about Drow culture and Drow lore is kind of based on the Forgotten Realms books. So when that happened, for me specifically, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what? Like, at first I was like, is that motherfucker turning into a giant drider? There are giant driders? And then it's like, no, it's not a drider. It's an aspect of Wolf. And I was like, that's a thing! Like, for me, as like a huge fan of the lore of Drows and like the original lore of Drows, not like the current lore of Drows, because there's so many like neutral good like Drows now. It was just, and that's also too, it's so hard to play like with you, Mallow. It's tricky because like I'm playing with that lore in my brain. Like I'm playing, it's like, that's why I don't trust you, is like I'm playing with because I've got deep knowledge of Drow culture, of like how Menzo burns on.
You have great misconceptions.
And I was thinking about this aspect of Shin recently, and I want to toss it back over to you, Mallow, but I was thinking about this aspect and the knowledge you've displayed, like, because of your readings of the Forgotten Realms thing. I was like, well, this isn't technically taking place in the Forgotten Realms. This is Evilor. It doesn't have the Underdark. But we've also established that Shin has plane hopped.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is fully possible that Shin has had most, if not all, of his interactions with Drow while in Faerun, while in the Underdark. And so while those concepts of Drow, should be nervous of all of them might not be true here in Ivor. That doesn't mean it isn't true based off of your experience. And to be fair, when it comes to Lorwryn, I mean, being a little suspicious probably ain't a bad idea.
I mean, why else would you expect a drow to literally sneak into the building, into the Queen's Council, not explain herself at all, ask for everybody's hand, and then bamf everybody into the middle of the battle immediately?
Who are you again?
By the way, when she went down to 0 hit points, she comes back as an aspect of a roster.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It's
the scenes afterwards
so
that are
cool.
in the next episode of it, where Shin is just like, I don't trust you, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. I'm just like, okay, good. We have some conflict here. Like, I appreciate that, because, you know, it's the amount of, like, people just sort of, like, the whole group just sort of accepted that, like, oh, there's this other wizard here, and oh, off we go, you know, and yeah, we had a big emergent thing to deal with. But, you know, from an interpersonal relationships, you know, kind of perspective, like, everybody just sort of accepted it and moved on. And it was like, well, I guess they're fighting with us, so it's okay and all, but, like, there could be ulterior motives and stuff like that. And Shin's, like, the only person that's sort of, like, been like, wait a minute.
Well,
what are you doing here?
Like you pointed out, between basically the who are you at the Crown's Council and that interaction with Shin after the Zariel fight, there wasn't much of a chance for any of that. So Shin's real first opportunity afterwards was, and after seeing what happened, it made total sense. I loved that scene.
Yeah.
And this is like a really, for the listeners listening, this is like a really important thing that, and I assume like most of you that are listening are heavy into D&D, they're huge D&D fans. You can say no and yes at the same time. Because one of the most toxic things that players do is say like, oh, my character wouldn't do this. And it's like, in this moment, like, I'm always at the back of my mind being like, if at the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to go with whatever Lorwryn does. Like, I'm going to be on her side. I'm going to fight with her. But from a character standpoint, with Shin's background, and it's like, and with what me as a player understands, is like, I should not trust Lorwryn, but I trust Mallow. So like, I'm as the character being like, I don't trust you. But in story, like in gameplay, that's not going to come out to like me attacking Lorwryn. It's not going to come out to me preventing.
That's Matty's
Lorwryn
job to attack me.
Yeah, well, it's not going to equate
to
to. You can say no while still, as the player, saying yes. It's like, oh, we're going to work together. We're going to play together. We're all going to be in the same campaign together. But my character does not trust you. And I'll find ways to make those two make sense.
It's so much more interesting to say, yes, I will work with you, but I'm suspicious of you, than to say no.
Yeah.
And which, because this is a game where we're improving, if you get to that level of it, it's kind of like, okay, how do I get you to say yes, or are you making a new character? You know,
well, that's the thing, is like, Mallow knows that me, Cory the player, is going to say yes to whatever he does. Like, just by blanket, it's like, I am a team player with Mallow. So he knows going into this interaction, or at least I hope he does, I hope that I've established this, is that, you know, even though Shin is being like, I don't trust you, and I don't know if I should work with you, that Cory the player is going to find a way to make it make sense that he's going to end up working with him anyways.
We work
Even
with
if
people we don't trust. I'm like, how boring.
That's the beauty of a world-altering threat. Is, you know, like, we got
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Like, all right, bet.
No
Yeah.
time for this shit.
Well, and it's sort of funny because, like, I played Lorwryn the same way or I played Lorwryn the character like me as a player would do, because I don't know, like, previous to this, like, we had a session 0 and stuff like that with it, but, like, I don't know Cory, and I don't know Danielle. I've played with Mav a ton and stuff like that as we're part of the Guys Night crew and stuff, you know, and we did a couple of one-shots and stuff like that with, like, Matty and Aaron, but, like, I was just like, you know what? We're going in completely blind, and that's going to give us all these cool interactions, and it's going to give us, like, all this, like, interesting, like, feeling out, both from the characters and the player standpoint and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's some of the beauty of it for me too. When, you know, as a writer and as a person that tells stories for a living, right? Like that's my kind of fun that I get to have a little bit of this is like, okay, we're going to kind of discover everybody's like way that they're playing their character while also playing within our own characters and things like that too, right? There's that little bit of, it's like professional wrestling, like your character is yourself turned up to 11 kind of thing. And it's like, okay, how do we get to pull off the mask a little bit and just jump in there and sort of like, all right, we're just going to like figure this out and see where it goes. You know, there's a lot of that kind of fun stuff that goes on in between the scenes, even that are in there that we've edited a little bit and stuff like that. Like there's so much fun stuff that's in there.
And there's times where Ethan has not found gems of little parts that I thought would have gotten cut out, and they're just in there that are really great too. And I like that. It's just us laughing.
I try to keep
like
as much as possible. The main things I cut out are like, what was the rule on this? Hold on, let me check. And let me
all the math.
Or like, where's my D6s? I need 5. Fuck. Nope, that was a D8. Aaron, what about you for the most memorable moment for you in the Zariel fight?
Oh, it's kind of an overarching just idea of a final boss fight and how it was pulled off, because I mean, how many rounds was it? 3 total?
I think it was like 4, but yeah.
3 or 4?
mean, it's never going to go that long.
Right. And it felt like we were in there for days. Just getting wailed on, beating the shit out of her. It was ups and downs, and it felt so fluid. And it was just like, it was awesome. It was so epic and cinematic. Because she was flying around everywhere. Every single person did something completely different. Individually, things to help the team, doing the combo moves. Those are always just awesome. Like Shin flying me up there. Like,
oh, that was so cool.
Jetpack Jaeger.
Yeah.
I mean, Jetpack Shin, if we're being real.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of organically brings me to another question that had been suggested, and that was talking about high-level play. High-level D&D is rarely achieved. We started there. That helps a lot. And high-level D&D combat notoriously gets kind of dragged in that it can feel slow and sloggy, especially when we're dealing with spellcasters. As a spellcaster player, no offense intended, but lots more options and therefore lots more time, and that can make things feel slow. Have you all ever played D&D combat in 5e or before at this level? And either way, how are you feeling about high-level play so far?
I have played very little D&D beyond level 10. I have played as a DM. I have a couple like big evil guys that will pop in, do some horrible shit, and then pop out at like higher levels. But I think this is definitely the longest term I've played anything beyond level 15. Kalista was actually made for a kind of big bad evil boss fight campaign at level 20. But so I was very not familiar with playing high level because I had never rolled a character beyond level 10. So this has definitely been a learning curve. I've had to research and reread through things to remember all the abilities I have, all the spell slots I have, which I managed to deplete almost all of them. So it's been
good thing too.
Definitely a learning curve. But it's been incredibly fun, and I will say that it has not felt like a slog. A long combat can feel like a slog. I've been in 7-hour combats. They can feel like a slog. This one was like 5 hours, and I did not feel suffering. I did not feel like, another turn.
Oh, you didn't feel
Instead, I felt suffering in the emotional way. I didn't feel it in the let me go distract myself way.
Incredible.
So I have actually played a high level one shot. It was, have been listening to podcasts. It was a higher level prototype of Otto at level 20. That was nerve-wracking in a sense of, all right, cool. I had never played anything above like maybe like level 7 or 8 prior to me playing a level 20 character. So for a one shot. So now I'm having to learn what I can do within all these tools and these new toys of like, oh, let's just figure it out. Thankfully, it was just a martial character, but like, I still had a lot of cool spells that I could use to help better it. But like, learning how, like, all right, cool. I'm thinking
even high level martial characters have a lot of options.
Yeah, and I did, and just thinking, all right, cool. In lower levels, you know, maybe like a couple of rounds, I could kill off a creature, like in 2 rounds, whatever. I hit this creature with like one of my strongest attacks, and it's still up, barely even bloody. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I hit it with everything I had. I have nothing left, y'all. Like, I don't know what else to do. It's the panic of like using your brain to like, you have to be more calculating and everything else. Especially now because we are starting out at 16, and then as a narrative person, I'm like, I have to create a whole entire character's life story up until this point. Who are they as a character from level 3 to 16?
Yeah, that's another interesting point. Yeah.
That's
And
why
you
you
have to
just
make their
have someone
personality.
else make you, and then you don't have to do that.
Yeah, or take the Jaeger route and
Yeah.
be born level 16.
But
I'm just saying, I put it in the cast chat at one point in time, but we need the spin-off series where everybody that knows each other has to now we have to see some of that war or whatever that they did.
Yeah, whatever these war crimes that apparently Shin, Val, and Korrin committed together.
we
according
never
to
created
Shin.
war crimes. We didn't commit. We
That
saved the multiverse.
Shin's
Goddammit.
words. It's been
Those
a
are Shin's
while
words.
since we
And then
committed war crimes
somehow
together.
Kalista was there too, and all that.
I
like,
want to point out that was at Val, and in the campaign that Shin and Val have been in before, they did commit a war crime.
What
so-
Well, we're
crime
gonna
did
have to
you
redo it for this one. We'll do it. Have to do a prequel episode.
I don't even know what crimes we committed.
when we burned all those, we made half of those people kill the other half of those people before we would let
they
them
were
go.
fish people.
No, I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about.
That doesn't make it
That
any
was
better.
weirdly. That was weirdly racist. Like,
Anyone else on the like high level play front? Have you done it before? What are you thinking about it so far, Cory?
so I've had a curse where I've never been in a campaign that made it past level 8. Like we would start at level 1, level 3, level 5, whatever. But it like due to scheduling, because D&D is already hard to schedule. Then you throw in actors trying to schedule with each other, it becomes an absolute nightmare. And so I've never been in a high level campaign. And one of the things like me and Danny, because we come from an acting background, we're high RP players. And so like high RP, like generally the campaigns we've been a part of with other actors have been mostly RP, very little combat. And it was very stark to like actually come into, because again, also with that, I'm not a min-maxing player. I design characters of like what would make sense for them to like, not what is the most optimized feat for them to have. It's like what would make sense for them to have. Like I took the feat Dragon Hide because of course Shin, as he's becoming more like his dragon god, would have, these are the feats he would take. These are the feats that he would have, things that he would be bestowed upon by. And so like I do things that narratively would make sense, but optimization wise actually can be a little bit of a hindrance. And so like when we're in combat, you have like Kalista and Jaeger doing these synergy fighting things. And you have Lorwryn doing these incredibly like tactically D&D game wise that are just insane levels of damage, insane. I'm like, I feel like Hawkeye in the Avengers. Like me and Danny have felt like Hawkeye and Black Widow in the Avengers.
On that note, actually, I was re-listening to episode 4 when I was saying it. I kind of fucked up. There was one of the first Maragons that you found when you were heading to the ritual for Meteor Swarm. You successfully stunned, and when Val came to attack it, I did give advantage, but we forgot to auto crit because of the stun.
It
In the
auto
back.
crits?
I had to do research and it's like, how do I play an Ascendant Dragon Monk viably, like from a meta sense? And it was like, you need to spam Stunning Strike. Like that was like one of the first things. Was like,
yes,
it's like you need to spam Stunning Strike. You need to run in, stun and strike, then run to the next target, stun strike, run to the next target, stun strike. You need to like. I did research because I was like, I'm like a level 5 player playing with a bunch of level 16s. Like you guys are doing insane, massive amounts of damage. Jaeger is just owning shit left and right. Kalista is just owning shit left and right.
I had to watch a video for 2 hours.
More than anything, you're touching on a very often mentioned complaint about D&D, and that is the caster martial disparity, and that the casters can just do massive things. That includes partial caster, like the paladin, can just do insane things. And at high level, it can feel, if you aren't playing it with those exact things, the martials can definitely feel left behind sometimes.
Really hard.
But I also think, one, the research that you both did, like, especially after the first fight, you can tell the difference in, like, because Danny, you actually say in that episode, I did research. I found out that I can have the Crimson Right on both blades. So it was after the very first fight. So that's cool. The first fight did kind of make you guys go, oh, need to figure these builds out. But your high RP background shown through in like every description you gave and all of that. So it didn't, at least to me listening, feel.
Well, that's the beauty of you as a DM. I'm not necessarily as good a D&D player. You guys have played more than me, like just by sheer volume alone.
Strategically.
Yeah, strategically.
That's only one element.
Yeah, as a game player. But what I am good at is I'm a good improviser. I'm good at like, what would make sense? What could I do that would make sense? And then you as a DM, you're meeting me as an improviser, being like, it's like, I'm gonna brace myself on Jaeger's back and I'm gonna become a jetpack.
You've definitely had the most I've got a weird idea, I'm not sure if it'll work line so far. I think with Mallow actually like second behind that, like, got a weird idea. Let me know what you think.
So that's more of a testament to like you splitting the difference between being an incredible DM, an incredible D&D DM, and also an incredible storyteller, because that's the meeting in the middle of those two things of like, where does the game get in the way of the story, and where does the story get in the way of the game? And you've like rode that fence so masterfully and incredibly well.
Well, I'm very glad that both of you, after the first fight, did the independent research. I'm like, how can I do this? Because, damn, needed it in that Zariel fight. Danny, what about you?
I've never played over level 8. I also haven't played that much D&D. I've played in, I don't know, less than 5 campaigns.
I think you've played 3 campaigns.
But I've done some
4
one-shots.
campaigns. 4 campaigns.
No, we did that one shot where we went over to your friend. I think it's been like 5.
Oh, okay, so it has been.
So but again, some of these campaigns have been a one-shot kind of thing, so it's not like they've gone on for a long period of time. But yeah, I've only played at level 8 and below, and I've actually played a Blood Hunter up into level 8. Up until
first time playing high level, and you chose a very simple class, the Blood Hunter. The simplest martial class.
Yeah, it's crazy. Also, clearly not the most powerful class. Like, I don't think.
Damn, like the restraints thing that you did, that like the curse of binding on Zariel, that was huge.
There are so many curses. I feel like I have to I have a study thing. I have to study every time I level up and get something. I'm like, well, I have these new things. I have 7 new things. That's great. They feel like spells. Like they kind of feel like spells.
They are. I mean, they're the Blood Hunters version of spells. They're just called.
They really are.
Different.
So it's been really fun and challenging in the best way, and so I've really enjoyed going into the Blood Hunter class, thinking how can I use this in the current fight that I'm like seeing, especially as someone who doesn't have a lot of D&D experience. Also, I do not have a lot, unlike like Cory said, I don't have a lot of lore experience in D&D, because I know that there's a lot of books that cover D&D as well, not even just the gameplay, but just the world building book.
Well, luckily, this is a brand new world that I made up just for this campaign, so you don't need to come with a lot of it.
Thank God.
And the lore that you came up with is something I want to talk about later, but I love the lore that you came up with for the world regarding the Clawbound. So I definitely want to touch on that later. Aaron, what about you?
So, kind of on the flip side from Cory and Danny, I have 0 improv experience, terrible at retelling stories, even if it was like 3 hours ago. But what I do like to do is pre-plan, look at stats, crunch numbers. I sit at a desk all day, and most of the time when I'm bored, I'm messing with D&D stuff, and I'm texting Ethan like, hey, would this be cool? Does this sound neat? And then because I know I'm not like super strong with the roleplay side, that I like to make a bunch of PowerPoints and I think about like cool sayings. Like if someone dies, I have 5 lines that I can try and like fit in, which trying to get it smoothly without reading it is still something I'm trying to practice. But it's fun for me, and like just making it all laid out and like pre-thinking about things.
Feels very Jaeger-esque to do that.
That's dope as shit, man. That's cool.
That just makes you a writer instead of improv. You like to plan.
Yeah.
Like
Your speech
that-
prompts.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What do you think DMs do or some DMs do when we prep? We write out like, ooh, this would be a cool line, or this would be a cool little thing to include. It's the same.
Oh yeah. No,
Party will remember this.
I know. So just on the flip side, like you guys are crushing it. Like combat wise, it's so much fun watching you two and everybody else come up with their moves, what they're gonna do. No matter what it is, it's epic. And honestly, for me, at the end of the day, that's what I look for in trying to tell a story. Is I think Emily Axford said this. It was, I try to think of something that would happen in a superhero movie and try to do that. Whether it's, grabbing a big robot and flying him up in the air, or jumping off of a bell tower, turning into a giant spider, throwing a building. Like, those are all so freaking cool. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. The high level gameplay, I've only been in really one, and it was with Ethan during COVID, where we were I think I joined at level 9, level 7, level
7,
9,
and
somewhere
we
9.
got up to level like 14 or 15 by
Yep.
the end.
Yep. But that was I was playing a cleric turned sorcerer. So very spellcaster heavy. So doing the paladin thing's new. But I just love being a big tanky boy and beating shit up. So yeah, it's fun. No matter what, it's
turn your head off.
Exactly.
All right, so I got a different type of question here. Different type. This is forward looking. Wrath has been defeated. 6 sins remain. Which sin are you? You, the player, not your character. You most nervous about facing.
This comes out though after the last episode. Like this comes out in order of the episodes.
This will be coming out after episode
All right.
Resurrection episode.
Audience, come on. Wrath has been defeated. Really?
Okay. All right.
Wrath is in the fucking party now. Wrath has joined the Discord call.
I have no idea what you mean. Wrath is defeated. Kalista is new.
My enemy to lover arc now includes the fucking wrathful Lord of Sin. Jesus Christ.
All the
But
sex
we'll
will be
see.
hate sex. All the sex will be hate sex.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
very curious to see what happens with that. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the aggressive enemy, or the aggressive is still appropriate. The enemy wrath has been defeated.
True.
The archdevil, the first archdevil, has been defeated. of the other 6 archdevils/sins, which do you think you are the most nervous as a player about facing, either in terms of like the potential combat or in terms of what their influence might bring in the
Lust.
area?
Lust. I am more afraid of how that fight is going to go, just from like, you sent an entire army of rage-filled fury zombies pretty much after us during that last section.
Get ready
you
for
gonna
frequent
put- yeah.
uses of the word pendulous.
I believe the
It's,
term you were looking for is swangin'.
They too have clappers.
Oh, well, no, it's no
Giant
Jaeger.
Jaeger.
Jaeger won't be in danger. Jaeger won't be in danger.
Yeah.
Remember, he's 3 foot long.
Yep.
Jaeger's getting recruited. What are you talking
No.
about?
Yeah.
A mental man that has no energy, won't run out. Good.
It
Good.
spins, it vibrates.
Kalista put a lot of extra
he-
attachments.
Yep.
He's a
Yeah.
freaky girl.
But no.
He's got religious trauma. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna
well, a
fuck
very
you.
religious upbringing. And then,
It's the pastor's child.
I mean, kind of 7 past.
Yep.
So lust
7
for you,
past.
Mav.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lust, because I'm afraid, excuse me, but also very curious of what are you going to do? Like, of course, on base value, you've already shown what lust can do, like the archdevil, and all right, at base value, oh, lust, sex, blah 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 blah. But like, that's not it. It's the other possibilities of what lust can be shown as, and in a fight. That's what I'm very curious about and afraid for, but also aroused. So aroused in this situation. So yeah, I'm here for it.
That's a very valid answer. I mean, they're all valid answers, but that's a valid answer.
Because Cory might be old, but she loves the fuck, so it's all good.
Let me go ahead and write that down real quick.
Put that on a t-shirt. I'll buy it.
I might be old, but I love the fuck. I'm pretty sure that exists.
I am, as the player, nervous
Mhm.
about envy, about all of our characters turning in on each other. Like how, like
See-
me, the player, I'm like, how is that going to go down? It's like the envy.
I thought, because I'm going to piggyback on hers, because ours is the same answer almost.
oh really?
I thought that would be pride.
Oh, you
Because the
thought-
thing,
I thought
because
the
one of the
envy-
toughest parts about a high level campaign is it's an Avengers movie, because you have basically
the all-star team.
the all-star team of like everybody
We all wanna be
is
three-pointers.
the hero of their own, like the big hero of their own story.
Mhm.
And besides Jaeger, who's only like 2 or whatever, how old Jaeger is,
We
Um,
spent
every
2
one of us has
weeks.
like these hugely storied backgrounds. So like envy or pride would be like from a DM like, and this is like playing this as like, oh, if we were to play this at like the highest RP, what would make sense? Like it would be very easy to turn us all against each other. Very, very easily with those two sins of just being like, no, I'm the greatest. No, I'm the greatest. And like we're already like, even as players, having to deal with that. Like one of the things is like when we're doing the RP, like with what just happened with Lorwryn and Kalista, it's like you have these 2 people who are at the height of their abilities, the height of like, and they're competing on like, no, I have the solution. No, I have the solution. I mean, Shin even was like, everybody thinks they have the solution. What's the point of a plan? Like, you know, like, because that would make sense from an RP standpoint. They've been the solution to so many problems
Yeah.
their entire lives, but it's been individually. Now they're on a team of people who have been the solutions to the problems their entire lives, and then add pride or envy into that situation,
Mhm.
and we're all going to attack each other. There's going to be a lot of PvP. If you know, that's
Which
the
is
one.
really hard to navigate. As
Yeah,
a
it's
player.
super hard to navigate, and as a player, it's like even when I picked that fight with Mallow, because we haven't played so much, like you brought it up, Mallow. It's like because we haven't played so much together, I was like nervous. I was like, this makes sense from what Shin understands, which love playing plane hoppers because then I can just choose to know on so many things. And if Ethan doesn't like it, he's like, well, this is a different universe. That doesn't actually apply here. But we don't have to negate anything, Shin says.
You put into your backstory ever.
Yeah. Because Shin, this is what Shin would believe. And it's a great way of yes-anding without having to negate anything. It's a great way of doing that. But if done respectfully and with reservation, for those of you listening, plane hoppers specifically.
This is plane hopper specific advice.
Yeah, but it's also a great way of because one of the things I've always struggled with D&D, and I find is one of my biggest critiques on people that play D&D is the constantly asking questions. Where it's no, there are some moments where your character would just with their whole ass say something, because people do that.
Their chest, their ass.
Yeah, then their
whole ass
with their whole ass, choosing to know, choosing to know. It's people talk out of their ass. Yeah, choosing to know, choosing to say things, and then if we need to retcon it, retconning it, because people talk out their ass all the time. Anyways, human beings in general talk out their ass. But yeah, that's why I like playing plane hoppers, because then I can just do that, and then if Ethan doesn't like it, he'd be like, well, that doesn't apply here at all. But going back to what I was saying is that's difficult when you have basically nothing, like you said, all the A players, the all-star team.
Yeah, the infighting's the hardest.
The infighting is even
envy
tougher.
And pride are definitely going to be the two that will, if along with wrath, but just like with wrath, you all managed to resist a lot of that. So who knows what will happen, but those two will be fun also.
I don't know. I know how Ethan's brain works, and looking at all of the ones that are left seem like they're going to get into a real mind fuckery heavy character to character contention almost, which you guys already touched on, which is terrifying to me, because I'm like, oh, I have to make a decision about what my character would do in the moment. Which super excited about, but it's terrifying. Probably if I had to pick one, Sloth, because I just don't know what he's cooking.
Sloth's
and
gonna be an interesting one.
You're a crafty one. I'll give you that. You're very crafty with how all of these, even if they're going to be fights, play out.
All of them could be fights.
Yeah.
A few of them, I look forward to seeing how you avoid it, but could. I am always open to your solutions.
That makes me more nervous.
No one for gluttony or greed?
So it's interesting because we haven't gotten into fully into all of the backstories and stuff like that for everybody and all, but Lorwryn is on she's on revenge tour for every one of the sins at this point. And
okay,
so
Morgan.
Yeah, kind of.
Morgan.
A little bit in the sort of way of we touched on it a little bit within the episode and stuff like that of what she's done. And so for each of the each of these archdevils that we're dealing with and stuff like that, she's got her own thing that she's got to kind of get over and deal with in her past that comes up through all of these. Wrath being the first one that we did, and what drove her to do some terrible things against her sisters, basically. But all of the rest of them kind of contribute to all of that kind of stuff. And so for her, it's a little bit of every single one of these fights, which is why she can resist as much as she can on some of these, is she's kind of already went to hell and back on her own. And so now we're fighting the epitome of it, in our face. But, there's a lot of soul searching and things that she's done because she considers herself a broken individual, completely and utterly broken. And so this is her trying to put herself back together.
It's like you were reading my questions because that leads so well into my next one. But before we do that one, is there a sin that you, Mallow, are most nervous about the group facing?
No, not nervous. And
Yeah, bring it on.
and I will say why, because it is the and folks who have listened to the show and stuff like that, we've made mention of some of the games that I've designed in the past and stuff like that. It's been over 12 years that I've been a game designer and a professional writer for that. And I've put some pretty fucked up things in my stuff before. And I love being able to push the boundary with a lot of that kind of stuff. So for me, if there's a nervousness about it, it's more about I want to bring the right performance to each of these as we go, because it's like a happy nervousness kind of thing where it's like, I don't know where this is gonna go, but we're gonna go there and we're gonna see what happens, and I'm hoping going to surprise the hell out of a lot of people when we get there, because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Us.
Well, yeah, I mean it is improv too, so it's gonna surprise the hell out of us. But I hope that as we get further into it and stuff like that, like it's really going to help. It's really going to bring a lot of good storytelling to the front of the show.
Well, based off of what you all have done so far, I have no doubt about that.
So, most people said lust or something along the line of lust or envy.
I think we got lust, pride, and envy were the three that were said.
Yeah, those are the three ones that were said. And I am a Slaaneshi girly, so I'm actually excited for those ones. But I think as far as where the problems we're already facing in our party is going to come up, is going to be either pride or envy. And I feel like those battles are going to be a whole different level of chaos. It also kind of felt as if pride was the main voice when they first took over the Seven.
Oh, I'm glad you picked up on that.
So, which makes sense for pride, obviously. So I kind of feel like pride is going to be incredibly, incredibly difficult, because it's a sin that every character in this party, whether they'll admit it or not, definitely has some inklings with. Even Shin has some pride with him. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I think that's the one I'm most trepidatious for.
So, like I said, what you were saying, Mallow, kind of connects to another little question. I was going to jump to something else, but this is too perfect a segue. What of the sins, all 7, do you think your character most embodies? Or which sin do you think has the most influence in their lives? And I may or may not use this answer against you. When I told Lauren this question, she was just like, "Oh, research." Yes.
So you would think, "Oh, Korrin's a barbarian. Wrath." No, it would be pride. It would be pride.
No, that tracks. That 100% tracks.
Ethan knows about a little bit more about Korrin's backstory. I've tried to at least hint at this when it comes to it has to do something with Jaeger. Jaeger's existence bothers her. She likes Jaeger, but what he stands for bothers her as a fighter. And that'll
anti-AI.
She's anti-AI. You're AI.
No. She's not. It's because she's trained her entire life to be where she is and given parts of herself
I had to work so
save the
hard
world.
for what I have.
Correct. And
The wizard
this
sword
motherfucker just creates this thing in day one ready to fight. So it's like, what the fuck?
I love that answer.
Yep.
I love that answer so much. I mean, it's also the same as the person who's like, I had to pay off my student loan debt. And they just get it wiped away.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Yes.
But actually, I did notate it with my axe that got upgraded from with
Blitz.
How she's like, I don't necessarily he did it out of kind of his heart, but I'm like, it's new. It's all right. I'll deal with it. It'll still kill things, but it's like, nah.
She's a little old-fashioned.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll probably come up eventually. Hey, here you go, little teaser. We just don't know when it's gonna happen, but hey, there you go. Look behind the curtain. So yeah,
That's what we're here for.
Is Korrin a boomer? Sorry.
Retired, opened a
Retired.
B&B.
like I worked really hard. I
Talks
did a
about
lot
her
of cool-
husband.
Yeah.
Looks at new technologies like, I don't like this.
I love her for it. Other than that part, I love her for it.
It's compelling. It's compelling.
And it makes sense.
Is the housing
And it cre-
market? Just kidding.
And it creates interesting future conflict. Yeah, it's true. It's the housing market. Literally destroying the housing market.
Listen, everyone is welcome at the Blaze of Virtue, okay?
Oh,
Everyone
that's what
is
this has been
welcome.
about.
Yes.
Level all the
Except for no
houses
day
and
out.
then just...
As long as you're not a Warforge.
Being
Don't,
a
if you're a Warforge, don't you dare come to my restaurant.
No, there's a Warforge there.
There's a Warforge there. I love
Oh.
Warforges. It's what that particular
It's the shortcut.
the shortcut. Like, all right, cool.
So pride
Ooh.
for Korrin.
Yep.
What about the rest of y'all?
I'll throw in.
Ooh, I thought yours was going to be the hardest, Jaeger.
Talking through all of this honestly helps me try to flesh out my character a little more because it's not things I usually think about.
That's why we do it.
It's beautiful. I would say Envy. He hasn't really had a choice up until this, even at this point. He sees all of you, essentially being here of your own free will, doing what you're doing for the good of Ivor, and he is essentially a child soldier that is being now there's like
The AI
Almost.
is gaining sentience and resentment towards its creators.
No, that 100% makes sense because that's like the first sin that all kids deal with is like envy. Like it makes I applaud
Yeah.
that choice that Jaeger would struggle with envy. That makes so much sense from a narrative standpoint because he's only like what? How old is he? A year, 2 years, 3 years? I don't know.
I think he's like he's like between 2 weeks and a month old. When his construction was
yeah.
finished.
We literally watched him get made.
Because he only got made in response to the forming alignment and a fear for what it meant. So that was 7 months ago. So that's the oldest he could be. And it took a long time to make him. So like a month?
and
that 100% makes sense.
he's the response to that. So at the start, he needs to be that because Kalista doesn't fuck around. She knows what she needs and does it. But as
Don't say.
as the objectives get neutralized and the oaths holding him go away, he starts to feel. So we're gonna see what that looks like. I've never played anybody like this, so I'm sorry if I fuck it up in the end, but I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm cutting what I'm about to say out of this recording. Y'all are being way too hard on yourselves. Every one of you is fucking amazing. Like, you are so good at this and at telling stories and being amazing players, and you all are so good. Stop shitting on yourselves.
Maybe that's our fucking process.
Actually,
Let us work
Cory,
through our
we still
processes.
owe Cory.
Yeah,
you still owe us a
we-
shitting yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
I shit
you-
myself.
Yeah.
I had to
That's why they moved.
Clean up. Yeah, that's why I moved. I ruined that booth.
Got him.
I was taking a hit. Fuck.
Mal, that was you. That was good. The improviser in me applauds you. That was awesome.
Fucking hell. So that is pride and envy. We still got a couple more. the rest of you all think your character is most influenced by?
See, this is the question I thought about the most while I was walking around today. Because she was written as a bad guy. And when I made her, I had this face for her, like where she puts her face on and displays herself in almost a prideful way. So pride is definitely part of who she is. She's had to display, she's had to be put out there for quite a lot. But I don't think it's what motivates her. She's prideful, she's envious, she's a lot of the sins, honestly. She's got little sprinkles of everything, but she's greedy. She's greedy for knowledge, she's greedy for power, and ultimately I think she's almost purely motivated by greed. Even while she wears this crown of wrath, she's thinking about the next one. She's thinking about what more can she get.
Ooh, love hearing that.
I know mine.
Yeah, I know
mine's
mine
easy.
as well.
You go first.
I mean, mine is also envy, but for different reasons than Jaeger, because mine is essentially I was a child, no family, forced to basically join the Order of the Claw, you know. So I am envious that other people had families and lives and they had, like, you know, a childhood, and I'm very envious of that I couldn't get that. And so it's like every monster I kill is because I think that maybe I could build this better world so no one else has to go through that. But I'm envious of others. I'm envious that hopefully they do not have student debt.
You're helping them get the thing you wish you could have had. I mean, that's still... Yeah, you can use envy to do positive things.
Yeah.
So that's, 100%. That makes sense to me.
I love it. It's so good.
Shin's was wrath, because of we talked about the background, and it's because, like, a lot of times, one of the things that I do is to get kind of the most out of writing backstories is I'll play characters in multiple campaigns, especially if I don't get a whole lot of time with them. Like, generally, when Ethan approached me about this high level campaign, I was like, oh, I know exactly who. It's this character I did not get to spend a whole lot of time with, and it was Shin. And Shin was originally, in his original character build, was a barbarian. And, you know, rage and all that other stuff. So I was like, yeah, wrath was 100% going to be, and then it would make sense for him to be a monk now, especially the way I originally wrote him. So, because I think even in the original campaign, he was a barbarian monk. Like, he had one level of monk by the time the campaign ended. So,
and I think you played that very well, because you played being one of the characters who seemed most influenced by the presence of wrath in the city. And Mallow, I know you talked a little bit about Lorwryn's self-torture. But do you think there is one of the sins that she is most controlled by?
It will be kind of different for each time of it, but I think the biggest one for her was wrath, because that was the downfall.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively for her and stuff. And so now as we start to go back through, it's kind of going in reverse. Depending on how we go, it could almost be exactly in reverse of where she was, like, all the steps that kind of led to her downfall to it, right? Like, in that first scene we had, and you know, in that first scene we had, it was very prideful and everything like that, you know. Envy led to wrath, and the wrath led to the banishment and everything like that with it. So, you know, there's so much of that kind of
thrown
stuff
in there.
A lot of lust. Lust.
I would think if I had to guess, Lorwryn's would be greed, just because she wants so desperately to be in Lolth's favor. Like, just from the interactions we had, is like wanting Lolth to pay attention to her, and she wants all Lolth's attention. So, like, you could say there could be an argument it's like envy, but that would require, like, envious of somebody else getting it versus like just wanting it.
And
all
you could
for
argue
yourself.
pride. You could argue pride the same way,
Mm-hmm.
of like, I deserve that.
Yes.
That should be mine. Not just I want it. That is
But
my
I think just by like what Lorwryn has said to Shin and like what Lorwryn has said out loud, the I want, like statements of like I want to be like I want her attention, I want her favor is it's in its own form greed.
Mm-hmm.
If at the base of it,
monetary.
yeah, it's like it doesn't have to be monetary. It can
Korrin's
be
influenced by a lot of things. Which is great because we got 6 more to go. I have a few questions that are here actually for you all individually.
If you want to listen to the remaining 90 minutes of this first short rest, check out Go Buff Yourself on Patreon.